Hi, and welcome to episode 49 of the Cat Lady podcast. I'm Andrea, also known as the Cat Lady. That's 2 T's, C-A-T-T, craft all the things. Welcome to episode 49, almost 50, and it's my 1-year Podiversary. I was actually going to wear a hat or something because I thought maybe I needed a party hat, but oh well. So thank you so much for everyone who has, especially everyone who's been with me from the start. I'm so thankful that I have I've met a lot of fun people, and everyone's been super nice, and it's just been a very interesting journey, fun, tedious at times, of course, but overall I'm enjoying this, and I thank you everyone for your support. I've gotten lots of fun prizes from people and just met up with so many different people, and it's just been a really cool experience. I never dreamed that this is what it would turn into. So thank you. Thank you. And if you're new, feel free to laugh at past episodes because they definitely improved. Certainly still feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but if you go back to episode 1, you'll really see me not knowing what I'm doing. So I've certainly improved a bit. But you can find me on Facebook and Ravelry and Instagram, all as the Cat Lady. My Facebook is like the Cat Lady Podcast group. And then there's the Cat Lady Podcast group on Ravelry as well. And that's when we do all our giveaways and just chat and have a good old time. Instagram, the Cat Lady, I do a lot of my posting on Instagram, which then feeds over to my Facebook. So, but now that Instagram's doing all their crazy stuff, who knows what's going to happen. YouTube, I'm the Crafty Cat Lady because someone has the Cat Lady. But if you do a Google search for the Cat Lady, that comes up. So this week we will talk about some podcast news, knitting, stash, which I had stash last week and I forgot. So I'll add, so I got a little bit of bonus stash. I got a decent amount of stash this week, so, and then a short week in review. And so we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to attempt to keep these episodes a little bit lower. I'd like to stay under an hour. I'd ideally like to be in the 30-minute to 45-minute range, so let's just move along. Podcast news. If you'd like to come say hello to me, I will say hello to you. This week we have DKBC52, who is Diane. She used to be from Michigan, which is where I am. And she's down in Kentucky. She was taking care of her parents. She loves hiking in the woods and fields. She lives in a small town and says it's hard for her to get to the yarn store, so she does a lot of stash diving. But where there's a will, there's a way, right? And that was it for the introductions. VKN News, Video Virtual Knit Night. They're kind of in a weird position right now. Jen, who is my co-host, who's the Uncreative Crafter podcast, has been really busy with work. And Fridays just seem to have turned into a little more hectic chaos with the kids. We kind of sometimes have been letting them stay up a little bit later, and last week turned into family game night, which was fun. So I can't complain about that. We had a good time. Kids were pretty well behaved. So it's getting lighter out now that it's getting closer to spring, summer, and the time change. So, they don't want to go to bed at 7. So I don't know what's going on with that. My moderator / show notes guru friend Tanya has been stepping in and hosting, so she might still pick up that torch and keep hosting on Fridays because there's always somebody who wants to chat. So stay tuned to the VKN thread. If she's gonna host, she'll post a link. If I'm gonna host, I'll post a link, and I'll just keep updating the thread if there's something going on. Otherwise, there's VKNs going on most every night of the week. Monday with Stitching You and More, Tuesday with Two Tangled Skeins, Wednesday with Mandy Pinecone Crafts / The Gay Knitters Podcast, Thursday with Sarah Nova Crafts, Friday up in the air, and Saturday is the new time for the Canadian Knitter Podcast, VKN. And I don't think anyone's on Sunday at this point. So, but again, if you're interested in chatting, contact one of us because we'll let you know. And all you need is a microphone and webcam, pretty much. So, and next up in giveaways, so it is my Podiversary, so I'm going to open up a giveaway thread for a bunch of prizes that I've kind of discussed the last couple weeks. I will do a quick rundown of what we have going, and then the thread will be unlocked or posted as soon as this is updated. So, for prize 1 is the Star Wars box. And this was from Jasper's Pixie Dust. Alice, who is a podcast viewer, and she sent this lovely box with a bunch of stuff inside. So I'm not going to take everything out, but we got a little owl. Again, there's pictures posted, so if you want pictures, but box full of stuff. So we got some stationery, we got some yarn, pretty purple yarn, tea, and some other fun stuff in there. And then a pack of Star Wars pencils to go with that. So that was prize 1. And I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now how I grouped these together, because some of them I kind of packaged together. Well, I do know this one. So we have the Creative Cats coloring book. My friend from the Gay Knitters podcast, Michael, had sent me a copy of one, and I saw this at the store and thought it'd be fun for me to kind of pass it on and give one away. And I keep forgetting to bring mine to show you my tiny little bit I colored. And then I picked up some colored pencils to go with that, because who wants a coloring book without colored pencils? Then we have, and okay, I think this is right. It's all going to be posted in the group, so if I say this wrong. So a set of stitch markers, I think there's 10 of them. They're like a purpley blue from the Tangled Skeins, CA, who is Sue from Two Tangled Skeins. And with that, a very sturdy, lovely DPN holder. Snaps. Pretty blue snaps on this one. It's got kitty cats on it, and the placement of the kitty cats is, of course, perfect and adorable. So these will go together as a prize. Then we have Hello Kitty bag. Figure it's March. It was St. Patrick's Day. And that's a fun bag. And I have 2 of them, so I made the bag. And then a luggage, no, I keep calling it a luggage tag, but it's really like a zipper pull keychain. And of course, and again, look at pictures for the close-up. It's hand carved, and it's like a knit stitch pattern. And this was donated by Jen, who is the Uncreative Crafter. See, she's pretty creative. So that's a set. And I did say if there is an issue with the bag, I draw you for the bag and it's something you're really not interested in, we can try to work something out. Then the skein of yarn, which is the Intense Iris colorway. It's a very neon-y yellow with purples. It's on the Knit Picks Stroll base. It's from Fiber Attic Designs. I won this, and it's just not my color. I thought, yeah, I'd rather just see someone else use it. It just doesn't call to me. And I wanted some fun prizes, so I thought this would work. And this is my favorite, and I hate giving this away because I love it. But this is the Red Umbrella yarns in the Yo-Yo Flamingo colorway. So this will be a prize as well. And I will be buying one of these myself as soon as I just stop being lazy and go buy it. So there you have it. Those are the prizes. And just one entry per person in the Ravelry group. You have to be a member of the Ravelry group to win. And what was I don't remember what the question was gonna be. I thought I had a question in mind, but just go check out the thread, follow the directions, and voila. And there's also 2 other giveaways going on. There's a giveaway for a pattern, the Lilac Leaves, and that was donated from Jessica not donated, she designed it, Sarah Nova Crafts podcast. She came out with the first pattern in January, and I'm giving away a copy to one lucky person. So comment on that thread and show me what yarn you would use to make it. It's a lace pattern. Comes in a scarf length and a shawl width, I guess, length. And then the other giveaway is the Socks Therapist Fish Lips Kiss Heel for socks. So if you are interested in a copy of the Fish Lips Kiss Heel and don't have one, come enter that thread. I'm giving away 5 patterns. She's going through some cancer treatments, and that's a good way for them to get some extra money. And the pattern's only $1, so at least I can do is 5. So 5 patterns that I have 4 entries in right now, so I at least need 1 more so I can give away 5. And again, if I don't get more than 5, then I'll find somebody else that wants a 5th one. Or I'll just randomly gift it to somebody if they have it on their wish list or something. I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yes, lots of giveaways going on, so go check those out. In other podcast news, new podcasts, Desert Knits, I kind of forgot to mention her, Laura Claire, who's been an active member of my podcast group and is also a member on my team winter camp team Snow Leopard. She started a podcast kind of to do winter camp updates, and she's kind of going with it, and I hope she keeps going with it. It's called Desert Knits. She doesn't have a Ravelry group or anything yet. She's just on YouTube, but I have everything linked in the show notes, which are on Ravelry. And my Tanya, who I keep saying is my show notes girl, I've been feeling so guilty that I've just been doing my show notes. But there's going to be that day, trust me, there's going to be that day that I don't have any notes and I'm going to get it up and she's going to go in there and do it for me. But at least I have an extra eyes to proofread it too, and if I miss something or type it in wrong, then it's good to have the backup. Or, you know, doing things like the BKNs and stuff. So trust me, Tanya, you deserve the thanks. And then Strong Girl Knits, I believe I've mentioned. Girl with the Rabbit is her Ravelry name. Strong Girl Knits is the podcast. She's also on my camp team. And I've been following her podcast for the last month or so, or a couple months through camp, and I like her a lot. So check her out. She is a weightlifter, so that's pretty cool. And she has a rabbit. She's a girl with a rabbit. And she's rebooting or relaunching her Etsy store. So I actually just bought a bag from her, so I'm very excited. So stay tuned for some stash probably next week, maybe. I don't know if I'll get it by next week, but I'm very excited about that. And that's it for podcast news. Knitting. I'm not finishing my sweater for camp. Who knows if I'll finish it ever. I'll finish it. But not for camp. Considering today's last day of camp, I'm not finishing it tonight. This is The Brick by Claire Lee. I'm just very disappointed in how the sizing worked out. It's too big. I'm making it work. And so be it, but still, I'm just not. Every time I hold this up, it like blows out the camera. But this is the Brick by Claire Lee. Knit Picks Bravo worsted, Hunter colorway, Hunter green, in size 9 needles. So maybe if I did this again, I would step down a needle, step down the size pattern, but both maybe. It's not huge, but it's too big. It's definitely. Out of the way. So, but I did make it pretty long. Of course. I don't know if I can stand up and kind of show it. It's kind of it's going to kind of run the length of this sweater, really. I should hold it up against this sweater because this sweater looks okay, but it's a little bit big. So yeah, it almost comes down about the same. I don't know if I think I have a picture of me kind of wearing it in the mirror. I'll stick that in there. It's a terrible picture, but then I started the sleeves. I picked up the stitches and started knitting, and the sleeve is huge, so it needs to be decreased, obviously. And I just wasn't in the mood to figure out all the math, so yeah, I got my needles on the sleeve. I actually started knitting a couple rows after I picked up the stitches, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I took those out. So I'm back to square one on the sleeve. So at that point, I made the decision that this is not going to be done for camp. Ooh, I got a little something sticking out there. A little snag. Here I go getting distracted again. Where'd it go? There it is. Yep, I got a snag. Stuck that in the back. But not finishing it for camp. I will finish it. I like figuring out all the math and doing all that stuff and being under pressure on a time frame was just not going to happen. And I'm going to say I lost my knitting mojo a little bit because I'm kind of excited to start some other crafts. So I am the cat lady after all. There's other crafts that need to be done. This is in my BB-8 bag, which was from my friend Brandy. So, sweater's going to have to come out of this bag because something else is going to have to go in this bag because I love this bag. So that's hibernating. It's officially hibernating on Ravelry. It's officially going somewhere else. Maybe I'll pull it out. I'd like to say I'm not going to work on it over the summer, but maybe I'll give it a couple weeks, pull it out again. It's obviously I'm not going to finish it before I can wear it because the weather's starting to turn, so that's okay. Finished objects I have done, but I thought I'd show off an old finished object. I did this last summer. This is the anthropology-inspired scarflet, I think it's called. Free pattern on Ravelry. Really fun little pattern, but I like it. And it's like a keyhole thing. So, and this is in the Lemonade Shop Bad Day Sparkle. So, like the little pops of color in there. I don't know if it really goes with this outfit, but I don't care. I like it. And I haven't worn it in a while, so I kind of rummaged my closet to find something I hadn't worn in a while to show off. So, next I'm working on my sock yarn blankets. That's gotten the most love of anything. And my You Sew and Sew bag is getting too small for this, so I'm going to have to transfer this to maybe a BB-8 bag. So, but this isn't portable. This is the problem. This it's like this I can fit in my purse. This isn't portable. So carrying around, I'm gonna have to find a new travel project, I guess. Socks are coming soon, so yeah, this might actually move there. So last you saw, and look at it, it's getting pretty big. I was on the end of row 2. So let's see, we got, it's another really fun one from Brigida. I don't remember if that one, she didn't have many of them labeled. This might be, yeah, this might be the Regia she had labeled. I wrote it down somewhere. This is the Unknown Purple that is from Sue and Lynn, Two Tangled Skeins, but they got it from Dixie, which was one of their viewers. And then this is another Brigida, Unknown. I really like that one, that was a fun one. This one's really cool too. I mean, look at the kind of an eclectic color mix. Got like this orange and then teal and then yellow and brown and yeah, it's like a red orange and then a orange and white. So then I moved on to the next row. And I got this one, another really fun one. That's probably, if that one, other one's Regia, I would guess this one is too. They kind of look real similar. So again, another fun color combination. We got like a speckled yellow and red, and then a speckly blue and purple, and then light blue, and then orange. And then this was another one. That was from Dixie, which was just kind of an unknown greenish one. It almost looks like that was hand-dyed. And then I'm working on a blue, another blue stripy one from Brigida. There's the skein of that. And I'm about halfway through that one. And yeah, this has been my karate project. It's pretty much the only place I've been working on it. And I kind of carry the, and I know I mentioned before, I carry the ends in with me, so like when I knit the next square, where can I find a good example? So you can see at the top there, I carry in the tail of the previous square. So, you know, it shows in there, but in the grand scheme, it's not that big of a deal. I'm trying to think if I did that in all of them. So, oh, yeah, I did. So then my back, I don't have any ends to weave in, so I just clip them all. So there's no ends. So I really like that because I don't want to weave in 1,000 ends all the time. And if I really get serious, I'll try to back this with something, but I think it's fine as is if it's just going on my bed. Looks kind of cool actually with the kind of the raised centers. So that's it. I have a few more left from Brigida to go through still, and then I'll move on to another set. I've organized all my minis in my mini bin. And I've been making minis with all the extras I got, because sometimes people give me like 10 grams, so I can squeak an extra mini out of there. So I'm hoping to do, I'm going to be doing a mini swap with my winter camp cabin. So I need some of those, and there's going to be other, I still feel like I owe everyone minis, because I've gotten so many minis from everyone else. And speaking of swap groups and minis, I was approached by someone who, her name's Lisa, and she is part of the group called the, what is it? Sock Yarn Swappers, Ravelry. So it's ravelry.com group/sock yarn swappers. And I gotta remember to put this in the show notes because I forgot. And she has things that she calls swapless swaps. So basically you pay a fee. So you're essentially paying for a skein of yarn. It's $30, so it's $26 plus shipping and her to split everything up. And you get, so how many is that? How many minis can you get out of the skein? 20? Does that sound right? I don't know. Something like that. Let's see. It depends on their grams too. That's 5 grams. So she has 5 gram categories, 10 gram categories. She says uses some great dyers such as Mustache, Mint Rain, Yarn at Home Mom. I saw Knit Mona. Was there a Mad Tosh one? There's a ton of them. I kind of went through there. But basically, you pay her. She orders a crap ton of yarn, all in different colors. And even so, if you wanted to do the 5 and the 10, you'd guarantee different colors if you signed up for the same dyer. And then she breaks them all up and sends them all out. So it's kind of a cool idea. So if you have a blanket project you're working on. But she asked if I mentioned it, and I said sure. After I looked through the group, I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So, and I think there's other groups like that going on, but this one seemed pretty big. And I think actually when I saw that one of my friends and podcast follower member people is on there too. So there might be more than one, but I saw her name. So, but yeah, I'll link everything in the group, and if you're interested in getting a bunch of minis, now I guess the only doubt, and that I think she has the swapless swap and then actual swaps. So if you actually want to do a swap, you can sign up to swap with other people. Because I mean, the swapless swaps, you're getting the same brand of yarn, which I guess, I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's not a variety of different styles. It's going to be the same person's yarn, just different colors. Which again is not a bad thing, but I like to get the eclectic variety of different brands too. So if you do an actual swap through there, then you're more likely to get to the other brands. So that was that. And then the last project I've been working on, and I haven't given it too much time, but a little bit, is my Across the Pond by Nina Phillip. And I'm using 1.5s on this now. I started the blanket on 2s and then kind of migrated to 1.5s and stuck with it, so go figure. This is size 5s, I think. Not 100%, I didn't write it down. This is my MCN hand-dyed yarn in the Storm Coast colorway. I dyed it with my friend Kim from Chasing Acorns on her base. So it's a pretty MCN base. And the pattern is gorgeous. So, and it's coming out pretty good. The more I knit on it, the more I like it. Because at first I wasn't sure. The bigger it gets, the more I like it. Now, if you remember last week, I asked what color should I make the border? And, you know, a lot of people chimed in, maybe make it a neutral color. And I posted a picture in that thread of, hey, you know, I was actually thinking of a cream color that I found at the yarn store. I didn't buy it, but I took a picture of it. And that's still a good possibility. And that's probably what I'm going to go. But I got something in stash that, and it's going to be a hard decision. So, on to stash. I ordered some yarn from Knit Picks, and the purpose of it was either to get a border or to get another combo to do this shawl with a different yarn. So, I picked up this, and it's the Capretta in the Harbor colorway, so I thought that Harbor, Storm Coast, I mean, it's like the same theme. My Stormy Pond or something I can call it. But the color of the teal is like practically identical. I mean, it's going to be hard to see on the camera probably, but I mean, that is like the perfect teal if I'm going to do a teal border. I still don't know if I want the darker border or not. Is it going to be more versatile with the light neutral border? Yes. But I love this color. It's very pretty. I mean, it's this really nice, pretty tealy bluish green. But it's like literally the same color. Like literally, like the darker spots on here are identical. Like I'll have to, I don't know if I can post a picture, I mean, because it's hard to tell. Unless you're looking at it stitch to stitch next to each other, it's like identical. So it would totally work. And I bought with it this Hawthorne speckle in the aquatic speckle. And this does not match this particularly. It would probably go. Yeah, actually looking at this light, it's okay. But this is more blue, this is more teal. This is definitely more blue, but this is really pretty. Regardless, I'm going to do something fun with this. And I've never used a speckle yarn, so I'm very excited to use this. And it's got blues and purples with a like kind of almost a light greenish base. And this Hawthorne is a merino polyamide. And this is an MCN. So this also would go well with this because it's the same type of yarn. Not that that matters, but it is 80 merino, 10 cashmere, 10 nylon. So 50 grams, so I got 2 of them. So, but Nitpicks was having a sale this past weekend, whenever, last weekend, yeah. So I'm like, hey, why not? So yeah, it was cheap, really. With shipping, I think it was only like $20 with everything. So for 2 full 100 gram skeins and shipping, $20, including some MCN. So I don't know how well Nitpicks MCN works up, but it was worth a try. I haven't had any bad experiences with Nitpicks yarn, except for the colors bleeding and Felici, or the dye jobs, I guess. But I'll keep working on this. I try to pick it up and do 1 repeat per session, which of course is getting longer and longer. I think I just finished my 6th repeat out of 15. And I still don't have a bag for this. I gotta find a bag to put it in. Just hanging it out in my Yarn-It. And then, next up in stash, this weekend I got a lovely package. It was more for my kids than me, but I had some goodies in there too. But it was from Mandy Pinecone of Mandy Pinecone Crafts and Michael from the Gay Knitters podcast, who they are besties, so, and live in the same city, work together, whatever. So I don't even have all of it with me. I just have like the main things because basically this bag came and it felt like there was bricks in it. And I open up and there's 2 bags, 1 for each kiddo, which I think I might borrow David's just for a little bit till I get my own fabric. This was David's little Star Wars bag. Awesome Star Wars bag. I love it. This is really cool fabric. And then inside was a billion plastic eggs filled with candy. Magnets, a Star Wars magnet set for David, Star Wars crayons, and these really cool flashlights that you put like a little Viewmaster thing spinning disc in there and then it projects it on the wall. So the kids love the flashlights. That was like their favorite. That and the candy, of course. And then Emily's got the princess bag. We got Rapunzel and Belle and Cinderella. And I'm trying to think of who's in red there. Oh, Snow White. Okay. So that was a very nice bag, a nice pretty purple inside. So Emily's excited for her bag. She'll use the bag. David's not really, into bags as much. And inside hers was the similar stuff. She got some crayons, like a little princess purse coloring activity thing, which was nice. She took with us that weekend when we went out for Easter. And candy and another flashlight thingy. So yeah, they had a lot of fun with that. So thank you so much. And then we got some Star Wars calendars, which we had 4 of them, but they were essentially 2 of the same. They had the same pictures on the inside. So these are cool. I gotta figure out what I want to do with the pictures. I feel like I want to save them and do something with them. But the kids each got one, and then Jim and I got one. And then they didn't forget about Jim and I when it came to candy, so there was this little BB-8 container filled with candy, which some of it's still in the closet. We did eat some of it, of course, but a little BB-8 bin, so I'm going to keep this for knitting notions, probably. Since, I don't know if it's dishwasher safe or not, but they're too cute to put food in. And then, there's more. I got a little bag myself with the kitty cat fabric, so all little kitties on there. Some pretty purple inside. And these also had candy in it, but they're like Darth Vader eggs. So they crack open and they had candy in it, so that was pretty funny. They look like they should be turned into like Christmas lights. Like a little string of them. And a little Disney pin with Maleficent on there. I don't know if you can see that. And last but not least, minis. And let's see if I can tell you what they are. I had to make a little cheat sheet. So we have Sleepy, so the 7 doors. Okay, we have the 7 doors. Let's just put it that way. This is gonna take forever for me to go through all these. So we have the 7 doors. Is there 7 of them there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. We have some Gay Man glitter poop, which is what Michael made his hitchhiker out of for the poop along. Mad Tosh Pop Rocks, Mad Tosh Light. Oh, Love Montage Light. It's bright pink. This is some Noro. And we're gonna... Oh, Love Knots, which is Rachel from the Love Knots podcast. And this is her tonal teal, which is really pretty. And there's one more that was... I don't know, I think this was 7 Doors too. Oh, no, this was Night Owl Fibers, that's right. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought I had 7 there. Night Owl Fibers in the My Favorite Things color, so this is super pretty. And that's it. That's more minis to add to my mini collection. I still have a set of minis from Mandy that I haven't got to yet, so I have more minis. More minis. But I am making a lot more progress on the bag these days, too. So, last week, okay, Mandy and Michael, yeah, okay. I forgot to show you this. So, you remember that awesome yarn that I'm doing for the Podiversary? Well, this is the fiber version. So this is the Yo-Yo Flamingo from Red Umbrella Yarns in the BFL fiber. So as soon as I saw that, I'm like, well, I have to have it. So I'll probably eventually get the other one, and I'll have both, because this is just such a really fun color. It's like this bright pink and orange and all these little speckly dark colors. I mean, it's just really pretty. So there's that. Now if I can only get to spinning, that would be good. So next, in the fiber category, I got this. This is gorgeous too. This is another at this BFL, I believe. I think so. Doesn't say in here. Oh yes, it does. Blueface Leicester comb top. And this is in the Midnight Sun colorway, and this is from Quillen Fiber Arts, and I won this on Instagram. So she does if you look up, I think, I can't remember her Instagram name. It's like Deidre Quillen or something. D-E-D-R-I. If I remember, I'll put it in the show notes. She is the owner of the Quillen Fiber Arts store and has an Etsy store. And she also is an exclusive dealer for the Hurley Turkish spindles, which these are gorgeous. These spindles on here, so if I ever get back into spindling, which I will, and get comfortable with a Turkish, I would consider ordering one of those. I haven't looked at the price though. But again, I won this. She does drawings on Instagram, I think every week. So this is, I was very excited to win that. And she sent it right out. And we're good to go. Last but not least, one of my campers sent me a pattern. I asked her some questions because she made this pattern, and I was asking her about hers. And she's like, hey, do you have it? And I said, I don't have it yet. And she's like, well, I'd like to gift it to you. Yeah, thank you very much. So it's the For Love of Rainbows shawl by Mina Phillip. Gorgeous shawl, of course. And it alternates a rainbow, rainbow yarn, or whatever you want, really. And a neutral. And I have this lovely skein of rainbow yarn. Is the Vesper sock. And, you know, the example that Mina has here, it's a rainbow gradient, so it's only one of each color throughout the whole thing. But this will be obviously striped. If you watch Sarah, the Canadian knitter, she just made one with Knit Picks Fleet Jean, and it looked really cool in the rainbow colorway. So here's my rainbow. This is Rainbow Love. And then I thought about doing black. Now, originally, this is earmarked for my Quicksilver, but I think I found something else I wanted to do with the purple, so I might use black for this. And this would look pretty cool. Be very Pink Floyd-y. So thank you to my camper who sent me that pattern. I'm excited to cast that on. I'm all about the Mina patterns now, apparently, like across the shawl or across the pond, and love rainbows. But they're pretty patterns, and they're big. I want to work on more big shawls. The one skein shawls are nice because they're one skein, but they're just so small. So now we have the 2 skein shawls. So they should be nice, actual, like, shawls. Not shawlettes. And lastly, I guess I said that was lastly. This is really last. Oh no, I got this guy too. Other. So Jen, Storm Post, sent me these little rings to put on her luggage, her pull tags. Stop calling them luggage tags. The pull tags. She sent some O-rings to put on before you put the actual keychain on there so that they lay better. Well, in there she threw a little owl. So it's like a little owl progress keeper. And then my mom, she sent me a picture of this Beanie Boo and said, I got this for Emily. And I laughed and I said, oh, I almost picked one of those up for me because I like lambs and I like sheep. So lo and behold, Easter comes and she comes over and she got one for Emily and then she hid one in my purse. So I found it later. So I got my own first Beanie Boo, little purple lamb named Lavender. So Emily was excited. We had matching Beanie Boos. So that was for my mama. That was all for stash. That was a large amount of stash this week, so which is always fun. Weekend review. How are we in time? Gotta talk fast. Actually, not much happened. The week was the week. There was really nothing going on. Same old stuff. Kickboxing, karate, blah blah blah. Emily did not have school on Thursday and Friday. We didn't really do much. We just hung out. Saturday, my mom and my stepdad came over for Easter to visit and give some stuff to the kids, and the kids got some fun books and some stuff, new stuffed animals and some candy. And they brought over chips and dip, which is my Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos and French onion dip. That's my weakness. That is my weakness. So it was not a very good eating weekend, but that's okay. And then we went out to dinner, but Jim and I were good. We split an entree, and I think I got water. Yeah, we split an entree and got water, so it was not too bad. And then Sunday we went over to Jim's parents. We went to the lake house, which was nice. It was beautiful. Oh my gosh, the weather was so nice. I looked outside today, it's crummy and yucky, and Sunday was just so nice. The kids got to run around outside. Now, originally, my sister-in-law and her family were supposed to be there, but we show up at like 11:30, 12, whatever it was. Turns out they were all sick, and so they stayed home. They were all sick with like strep, so they were like really sick. So that was a bummer. But we had a nice dinner anyways, or late lunch, early dinner. And honey baked ham, which is another one of my favorite things to eat. And this amazing Bavarian cream cake. So I did good, but I definitely splurged. And I'm still paying for it as far as the pounds. I was losing. Now I'm like, went back up a little bit, so keep on trucking. And let's see, this week's Emily's karate test is tomorrow, so she's going to test for her yellow belt. So we went to belt review on Monday. We went to class yesterday. And yeah, we're just ready to go. Today is my last day of kickboxing. So I made it the 8 weeks. I think I made my goal in points at, had a little points chart, so I should get some money back. I still feel like I'm cheating because I feel like I really only gave it my all at the end. But it was enough to catch up with the points. I mean, he had it pretty, you had to get like 55% of the points. And I made my goals. I achieved what I wanted to do. I lost 5 pounds, which I know wasn't much for 8 weeks, but I could have lost more, but I wanted to make it something reasonable. And I am back up to what I could do in push-ups, because back when I did this again, my goal was to do 10 push-ups, like real push-ups. When I started again this time, I could do like 1 or 2, because I lost it all. I lost all that strength, so I'm back up to my 10 push-ups. I made my goals, so I think I do deserve it, but at the same time, I feel like don't really deserve it. We had conferences for Emily this week. She's doing very well. She's at her reading level, and because she was a little behind at the beginning of the year, and that's because we weren't really pushing her at home. So she's now back to her reading level. She's on to her first grade sight words already, so that's really good. And all in all, that was a good conference. Next week is spring break, so please wish me luck. So I'm going to have her all week by myself, pretty much. David still has his Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we do have some plans. Tuesday we're going to go visit my grandma. She got a new condo, in January, and I still haven't been over there. So it'll be nice to see her, and the kids get to see her place, and we'll go out to lunch, and that'll be a good day on Tuesday. And we'll still do the karate thing, and maybe go to the mall one day, do the play area, go to the library. I don't know, I'm going to have to find something to do. That's it. That's what I got. So thank you so much. Again, thank you to everyone who's tuned in for this past year, and I look forward to making more friends and more subscribers this coming year. With that, I hope everyone gets to go craft all the things, and I will see you next time.